Even the Democrats are letting it slip. Bill Maher's audience was silenced after Andrew Cuomo admitted that the New York City Trump trial could have never happened. We have a lot to unpack here on Beyond the Headlines, only on Vigilant News. This segment is sponsored by Done with Debt, providing emergency debt relief solutions to American patriots. I'm Elijah Schaefer. Let's start the show. Well, Republicans already know that the Trump trials are lawfare and a complete sham, but now even the most ardent of Democrats are starting to let it slip. The Vigilant News reported that Bill Maher's audience was silenced after Andrew Cuomo admits that Trump's trial should have never happened. The Attorney General's case in New York, frankly, should have never been brought. Here's the original story from Zero Hedge, published with permission. Former governor of New York from 2011 to 2021, Andrew Cuomo, appeared on Real Time with Bill Maher on Friday, where he discussed the implications of the New York City Trump trial with host Maher. Maher's mostly liberal audience is caught quiet when Maher and Cuomo start frankly discussing whether or not the trial was helpful for the Trump campaign. But don't believe me, go ahead and listen for yourself. Here they are directly discussing this. Check it out.
The trial in New York, the one he got convicted for, was the greatest fundraising bonanza ever. He was lagging behind Biden, and now he's pulled quite a bit ahead. That trial was the greatest reason people had to send their checks for 5, 10, 25, whatever dollars to Donald Trump. So I was always with you on the one in New York, the hush money trial. I don't think they should have brought that one. It was just always going to look like a sex case, and people were always just going to look at it that way. So anyway.
That case, the Attorney General's case in New York, frankly, should have never been brought. And if his name was not Donald Trump, and if he wasn't running for president, I'm the former AG in New York, I'm telling you that case would have never been brought. And that's what is offensive to people. And it should be, because if there's anything left, it's belief in the justice system.
The trial.
So what he said is true. Look, if there's anything left, it's belief in the justice system. But the sad thing is the basic institutions that once were respected, journalism, and I myself am a journalist, actively writing and producing original work. So I'm not, throwing shade at people. I'm being realistic here. Think about this, being a professor. I mean, I went to school, I was working on becoming a professor. I dropped out of grad school, but still, the FBI, these are all institutions that were deeply respected. And now people are not only skeptical, it's like, I wouldn't even want my kid to work in those jobs. Because really the corruption and the lack of consistency and ethics just is not only alarming, it's devastating what it's done to our country. Now, Bill Maher talked about not only is this a dishonest endeavor to attack Trump, but also they're lying. They're lying about how well Trump is doing. And they continue to say that, Biden's ahead in the polls. But how is that really true? Listen to what he had to say.
45% of Hispanic voters prefer Biden compared to 39% for Trump. Last time he won, 59%. That was 2020. So he's lost 14 points there. He went to Morehouse. He said, what is democracy if you have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot? That seemed like pandering to me. Black voters under 50. He led by 80 points in 2020, now by 37, still a lot, but he's lost 43 points off the key constituency. Student loans. He's forgiven $144 billion in student loans. Only 36% of student debt holders like it. Mm-hmm. If you can't win the people you're pandering to, I get it. Politics is somewhat about pandering. That's not even an insult. You're supposed to do what people want to a certain degree, also be a leader. But if you're not winning these groups, and he's lost 8% off women since 2020. And yet I read in the polls, he pulled ahead this week.
Yeah, and that's what I think is alarming, is that the media says one thing, but it flips when it comes to stats. They say facts don't care about your feelings, but apparently they do. And people don't want Trump to win, but realistically, it looks like unless they have some masked rigging, strategy, that he has no choice but to win, maybe just because Biden is doing so poorly, or maybe because he's actually pandering properly to the right people. I'm a little disappointed that he somehow doesn't really talk about white people or men anymore. It's really just about minorities. And he seems to be selling us out to some of the big neocons, and just like he sold us out to the pharmacy companies. But he's a lot better choice than Biden. I'm a big Trump guy, But I wish he would, pick up a little bit, because he's maybe relying a little too much on Biden being hated. He should also worry about his base, make sure his Christian base, his white base, right? These things are also important on top of that. Now, many of you know that, the economy is terrible. Biden's ran it into the ground. We've printed so much money, and perhaps maybe you even realize things cost a hell of a lot more money than they used to, and wages haven't gone up, which is why it's easy to fall into credit card debt, pull out loans you can't afford, and that interest starts racking up. You have fun and you laugh until you realize, man, I am accumulating debt. Well, I have some good news for you. There is an emergency debt relief solution for you today that is time sensitive, so you can't wait on it. It doesn't require you to pull out a loan, and doesn't require you to embarrassingly file for bankruptcy, which some people have to do. What you can do today is you can call or go online and check out donewithdebt.com. Go to donewithdebt.com and click Vigilant News at checkout. That's all you have to do, and they can help you offload your debt today and get control of your finances. Be responsible. Stop pretending like that debt's going to go away. Get rid of it now at donewithdebt.com. Links in the description. Now, like I told you, we don't want to pretend things aren't the way they are, because Trump is more popular than ever. Check out this video even from a recent rally where people love Trump, and they're saying that he's behind, Trump's behind. He's a convicted felon. But who gives a damn about being convicted of a fake crime? We all know that it was lawfare. It was stupid infractions, pushed up to misdemeanors, and then pushed into felonies. Many of us have gotten infractions, speeding tickets, or even misdemeanors for maybe basic things. Maybe you sped too much. Maybe you just did something petty. Maybe you got a DUI. I don't know. But that doesn't dehumanize you. I mean, even what? George Bush got a DUI, and did we not vote him in for 2 terms? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below, and as always, make sure you do 2 things. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to Vigilant News on rumble.com to see our videos daily, and follow us on X at Vigilant News. But if you'd prefer to get these videos every day delivered straight to your inbox, sign up for our newsletter at vigilantnews.com. Links in the description. I'm Elijah Schaefer. Thank you for watching the Beyond the Headlines only on Vigilant News. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing off.